Welcome back to Njenje Media TV, where we bring you news updates, social events. Subscribe by clicking on the bell icon and for notifications. So, for today, everyone, we're going to be bringing you the update on Sanusi versus Ganduje. So, guys, did you know that Ganduje gave Emir Lamido Sanusi three options before the event that unfolded 2 weeks ago? Did you know that? The first option he gave him was to, voluntarily resign. The second option was to unceremoniously remove him. That means being deposed. And the last option was to have his kingdom split into 5 different emirates, as he has currently done. When Sanusi sensed that there was trouble coming his way, what Sanusi did was to send for Alhaji Aliko Dangote, according to Daily Trust report, to go and beg the governor on his behalf. And the governor told Dangote to tell Emir Sanusi Lamido Sanusi of his 3 options stated above. On that Kama side, during the countdown to the 2015 election, Sanusi wrote a memo to the then President Goodluck Jonathan, to raise an alarm over some imaginary missing funds, which he quoted first. Remember, he said it was 49 billion, secondly 20 billion, and third 10 billion. Well, as usual in Sanusi's character, the secret memo found its way to the press. Sanusi himself leaked the letter. He created huge controversy for Jonathan's government. Remember, the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, has come out to say that yes, Sanusi leaked that letter, or rather the memo, to him. As tongues were wagging insult upon injury, the then opposition party APC quickly aligned with Sanusi. In fact, if you remember, they became his mouthpiece, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, which eventually earned him the Lai Mohammed. The then APC National Publicity Secretary, who is now the Minister of Information, was also dishing out information and figures as if they were being prepared by Sanusi himself. The coordination was superb. The orchestration was legendary. In Sanusi banking reform, if you remember again, because I like keeping people up to date and bringing them down memory lane, CEOs were left out. CEOs weren't left out. Initially, according to the gist then, he wanted to come for Tony Elumelu, who sacked him from UBA due to high level of indiscipline and insubordination. Tony, a smart guy, as you all know him, escaped and quickly appointed another CEO for UBA, who was still under his control. He went for other CEOs. Mrs. Cecilia Ibru, you all know, got affected. In her recent testimony, is an indication of the numerous clampdown against bankers not in his good book. According to Cecilia, he said that Sanusi was going after those who were not in his good books. In the case of the defunct bank PHB, if you all remember, the bank that says everything is possible, sadly, I like that bank, but sadly they have gone bust. There were interest to install a Northerner as the MD of the bank. So the Northerners cannot build up a bank, but they want to go and take up the top management of the bank. Mr. Frank Atuche embarked on a short vacation abroad. After a stress test was conducted on the bank and the bank scaled through, all of a sudden Sanusi sent a team to Bank PHP again. They were able to get an internal accomplice who they convinced to give another report that the bank was distressed. You see, in order to put a Northerner in charge. That's why they were doing this. Now, fast forward to today. Sanusi was able to forcefully send CEOs of Bank PHP, Oceanic Bank, Intercontinental, and others away with media trial. Of course, Nigerians are lovers of mob action. Once media say you are a thief, oh lo 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 lo, everyone says you are a thief. Take it, hook, line, sinker, and it becomes a tag. Ask yourself, the APC came in and they told us that Dasuki stole 20 billion, and Dasuki was a thief. Dasuki stole all the money meant for buying ammunition. 4 years going, how many ammunitions have they bought? Why is Boko Haram still having an upper hand? Let us begin to think. what is actually happening. The same way they told us that Desiane was stealing money as if he was opening tap. Today, 4 years, Desiane is not even in court. Nowhere. They will tell you his associates, their properties got seized. But what happens to the Desiane? You people told us he was thieving. Even to a point that they wanted to, the legend of our time, Okonjo-Iweala, they wanted to rope her in. But Okonjo-Iweala was smarter than all of them. So that you guys be checking. So let's come back to the gist. As you all know, Jonathan was so unlucky with Sanusi because his accomplice in APC were threatening fire and brimstone if Jonathan dared to sack him. It became a big issue across the country for Jonathan to handle. Once you are called a thief, it is hard to defend yourself that you are not, especially when you are in power. Except now that APC are in power, being supported by moronic people. Anything they do, they never do bad. We see all the money being wasted. They tell us, even Fashola can open up his mouth and say, he has delivered on power. Yet, there is no power. I do not have power. Fear this APC. For the APC government, they knew the dirty part Sanusi played when they were coming to power. And they are in power now and not ready to leave soon. For those who have read 48 Laws of Power, one part says, don't offend the wrong guy, while another says, crush your enemy totally. Sanusi is now an enemy who has offended the wrong guys, APC and Ganduje. The wrong guys he offended is not unaware of the damages Sanusi can do, as he had done in their favor in the past. So it is time to totally crush him. 3 options has been laid before him. His ego didn't allow him to go pick any of them, as reported back to by Alhaji Dangote. He sent to beg the governor. But they are now helping him to take the option. They have helped him take the option. The option which is creating 5 emirates and balkanizing him. Today, he is not even... The governor made a statement saying that, well, he shouldn't be reporting to a governor. He should be reporting to a local government chairman, which I found so amusingly funny. Sanusi's power has been shared with other 5 people. From the rumor in Kano today, Kano state government will eventually transfer him away from his current emirate to another. His resistance will put a final nail on the coffin with a sack. It is not ending there. He will be dragged before court to answer for some allegations bordering on illegal spending and corruption as emir. Recent report has also indicated that the tenure as a CBN will be probed. Sanusi. Now, analyze this further. You find out that one thing that is very clear in this madness happening in Nigeria is a clear indication that the power that be do not want you to tell them the truth. What is actually Sanusi's offense? Sanusi has been speaking up, saying the North need to reform. We need to stop this madness called Amajiri school, building schools for the Amajiris. You need to stop the girl child from getting married early. However, the northern elite and the mumus within the northern region will not listen. They want and they love to suffer. How can it be, if you take this further, that a region that controls all the security apparatus of Nigeria have the most insecure region in Nigeria? When you chase others who could help, others who are competent, who could do the job, but you remove them and you let ethnicity play its part. Today, your region and the northern region has become so ungovernable and so that people are so scared to even do anything within that region. Well, the chicken, they say, is coming home to roost. So, subscribe to the channel. This is Injinja Media TV for more updates as they come.